Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently waging a war of attrition against Pratiharan. Now we do fully expect to be losing these for a while anyway. We're actually winning this defense, but that's not amazingly relevant. We do need a national focus, and I don't know, maybe we go... Yikes. I was going to say maybe we go for technology sharing, but it's just... tech research speed, like research bonus speed. And that is not really what we're looking for. But I guess we'll start going down army effort. I mean, it's not bad to get research speed. It's just like, I don't feel like it's super necessary because we have all these research slots. Of course, maybe that makes it even more necessary now that I think about it. Reason being, because we are getting ahead of time in research, so it can help offset this ahead of time penalty. Yeah, I think I was incorrect on that. We should be going for those research bonuses even more when we're ahead of time. Now that I think about it, that is, I think, the more efficient way to do it. Excellent. So let's continue for now. And yes, we fully expect to be taking losses on this front. However, Pratiharan, if we look at them in the intel ledger here, we can see they have 59 to 73 military factories. And of those, 45 to 53 are used in military equipment production. So, that's a thing. Also, we haven't really been doing anything with our intelligence. Operations are not available until an operative has built an intelligence network. Is that something that we do in the diplomacy? No, it is not. Maybe something we can do in here. Actually, I think we need an operative for that to happen. We need to create an agency. Okay. NISS? Sure. That'll take 30 days to form, and will apparently take, what is that, 5 military factories? No, 5 civilian factories. Okay. Noted. But regardless, my point was this. Pratiharan has 59 to 73 military factories, right? That is fewer military factories than we have exclusively producing infantry equipment. That is half the number. In fact. Now, I suspect that their production efficiency might be a little bit higher than ours right now. But that's not a problem, because we have so many more factories. We have the manpower to throw away at this. We have the resources. I'm completely comfortable with this. Okay, so there's a naval invasion happening. When isn't there a naval invasion happening? Now, I did notice, it looks like we don't see them right now, but when I ended the last episode, I took a little bit of a look around the world. Remember, Brazil is actually in an alliance against us with Pratiharan. So I took a bit of a look around, and I noticed that they had a lot of ships going around Africa. Now, we don't currently see those. I think they've moved on. But they're moving up here to reinforce the Pratiharan front. I don't know that I like that, although we did just finish Mountain Infantry 2, so that's nice. We may want to grab Mountain Infantry 3, although that's super far ahead of time, so probably not. Okay. Special Forces acclimatization. That wouldn't be the worst thing. An upgrade to mechanized. Again, that's a little bit ahead of time. Let's check in on our engineering. Yeah, that's half a year ahead of time. We could just grab improved fire control system. That would give us light attack, anti-air, heavy attack, and minus a little bit reliability. The lower the value, the more likely the equipment is of suffering random failure. Okay, so that actually gives us better reliability as well. Sure, go for it. That sounds excellent. Now, I don't expect that we're going to be seeing tremendous success on this front, but I just want to start throwing some attrition into the mix. So that should, in theory, eventually start wearing down on them. Now, they do have some help from their allies over here. Brazil is going to be showing up soon enough, and they have 75 to 242 divisions. Okay. Who are these others? This is Ojibwa over here backing them up. They're in a different alliance. Interesting. Okay. They have 228 total factories. Noted. It is mostly Pratiharan that is taking the brunt of this, but even so, this relatively narrow front, they're going to be doing a lot there. Did we lose our troops that were here? I believe we may have. That's okay. They were always going to be lost eventually. They were behind enemy lines, and they had no real way out, honestly. So that was always going to be a problem for them. They held on longer than expected, so I'm fine with that. Excavation 3 just finished up. That is very good for us. I would love to grab Construction 4. That's definitely ahead of time. I'd also love to grab Concentrated Industry 4, Assembly Line Production. Maybe we should start working on this production efficiency cap, actually. Production efficiency is a very big part of what we're looking to do. Our monthly recruitable growth is about 14k. Noted. Okay. Yeah, we could definitely do either of these. I think for now we don't need additional max factories in a state. We're still working on our construction very heavily. So I think we're going to start working on assembly line production. I want that production efficiency cap raised, because we definitely need that. We are currently producing a lot of light tanks. Specifically, we're making about 150 per day. And we are producing about 27, 28 heavy tanks per day. That's fine. Our infantry equipment is also coming up nicely. So I don't think we need to produce this much support equipment. We can probably cut that to around there. Same with the motorized, honestly. And the towed anti-air. And the improved artillery. I don't think we need any more than like that. Fighters and bombers, I do want to produce a lot more of. Okay. This guy was wounded. That's fine. We do need another technology to research. We just got radio detection. I think decimetric radar. I mean, we're not really going too heavily into the radar tree right now. We are, of course, researching atomic research. That is something we will have to deal with. I think that we should probably grab naval strike tactics. I mean, it's not great for us, but air superiority mission efficiency would be very, very good for us. And we're going to spend the army experience on getting that faster. Sounds good. We do have some decisions available for doing some things. Region-wide industrial integration. Oil fields, we don't really need anything other than, if we go into our trade here, we are currently plus 30 on our rubber. Which actually means that we can drop our order here. Yeah, that frees up an additional 3 civilian factories to put to work on our constructions, which are in progress, as always. There's rather a lot to do there, but that's okay. Yeah, they're not going to be able to push through this little area. We do have troops there, but it looks like they're thinking about trying it. Okay. Well, if that's what they think. Yeah, we're definitely struggling with our supply. Okay, there's our agency created. So let's take a look at this. I haven't really worked with this yet, so this is our various departments. Ah, branch upgrades take 30 days to complete, and factories as well. So we can actually, it looks like we can just get all of these. It'll just take some time. We would need a cryptology department if we wanted to get down this route. Okay. So we currently have an available operative slot. That's going to take 30 days to recruit. So we're going to need the operative to start working on this. Noted. Civilian intelligence, army intelligence, navy intelligence, and air intelligence. Okay, that's counter intel. Root out resistance. Ah, there we go. So this intelligence agency, this is pretty neat, actually. We're going to start working on that. Excellent. Okay, so how are our losses going? They're starting to mount, to be sure. That said, we expected this. We are trying to force these guys into attrition and just essentially run out of supplies, and then we'll brute force our way through, is the idea. Our mechanized offensive is going to finish up in 22 days, and that will actually be pretty handy for us. That gives us plus 10% breakthrough, which is what we need. Now, if we look at this guy, planning speed plus 400%. Yeah, that's all fine. It's all well and good. I'm just wondering... Yeah, nope, that's not what I want. Excellent. Okay, how is our production looking now? It's definitely coming up. Our light tank amount is coming down, and our infantry equipment, too, is beginning to be disseminated. That is fantastic. Our support equipment is working on its production cap, but once we get up to 80, we should be more than fine on military factories for our support equipment. So I'm reasonably okay with that. Can we put this into our Mountaineers yet? No, that still puts us over the Special Forces limit. Fine. Oh, they are attempting a naval invasion over here. It failed. I'm not surprised by this, of course. But yeah, what we're really, really lacking at this point is just a huge quantity of infantry equipment too. To that end, I actually think that I'm going to bump this production line up in the priority. Because, not necessarily because we need that many infantry equipment, although we do. We do need a lot of infantry equipment. But the reason I'm going to be doing this is because everything else here, with the exception of tactical bombers, I suppose, has some level of military factories assigned to it. And so it is increasing its production efficiency. Now, I think I'm going to cut, say... I think I'm going to cut 50 factories from this light tank. And then I'm going to cut a few from fighters so that we have some level of bomber production. We'll just bump these down like that, because I want to be working on the production efficiency on that line. Okay, there we go. We're going to bump that back up to 150, that back up to 150, this back up to 80, 80, 80, and then this will be at 150 and 150. There. But now we have production efficiency growing on this production line. So that will be good. America wants to lend lease. Sure. We're currently lacking rubber. Right. Of course we would be. We can buy in simply 8 rubber for 1 civilian factory, and that will do the trick. We do need to research something here, and I want to, let's see here, air-land battle, army hard attack, or soft attack. This leads to reconnaissance and reinforce rate, recovery rate, organization, and enabling the breakthrough tactic. Alternately, we get breakthrough tactic a little earlier over here. Tactical withdrawal and air superiority. I think we should go for airland battle. Okay. Sounds good. And now we're actually producing some level of bombers, too, which is nice. Not many, to be fair, but some. Whoa, hang on a moment. Okay, never mind. That's more like it. I was like, were we actually winning a battle? But no. No, we were not. That's fair. So there's our civilian intelligence. I want to grab some counter intel next. Absolutely. That will be fine. An operative can be recruited. So we can recruit any of these three. And are they exactly the same? I believe they're exactly the same. So we'll just recruit the top guy here. And can we have him beginning to... He's currently defending against subversive attacks in our homeland. Okay. And then if we go in here, are we going to be... Okay. Our recruited operative limit is currently 1. So how do we get that increased? Operative recruitment choices. I'm not sure how we get that increased. I'm sure it's in here somewhere, and I just don't immediately see it. I'll figure it out eventually. But that guy working on defense is not necessarily the worst thing. But this is definitely something I should have done earlier. We're getting a late start on that one. Okay. So in terms of all of this, our production efficiency on our second weapons line is on its way up. That is great. We do currently need a whole lot for upgrades. So that's a thing. That is absolutely a thing. And as that starts filtering in, we should, in theory, start seeing some actual gains over here. And as they start running out of supplies, because eventually they're not going to be able to keep this up. There's motorization and army effort finishing up. Apparently we did a bypass. Okay. We're going to grab equipment effort next. Fantastic. Well, I did definitely expect this to be a battle of attrition. There's no doubt about that. We're just going to slowly push in here. I am noticing that they are also having this supply issue. So that's interesting. Now, I do want to bump these two up to 24 out of 24. That is going to be, I think, quite necessary. And the question is, what do they need? It looks like... more than anything, both of them need tank regiments. Okay. These are all going to be deployed relatively soon. We could go ahead and pre-deploy these guys, though, and I'm going to do that. And then we'll assign 4 of these into here. And then we'll assign the other 4 into here. And then we will wait on all of these infantry to be produced. Or should we do it now? Let's actually do it now. They're really close. And we could use the troops on the front line. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll need to move in simply 1 of each of these. I like how it calls these a light tank brigade. They're really not. That was the wrong place to put that. Still the wrong place. That's the right place to put that. Okay. And we're going to send the rest of these, we're just going to split them up and put them in, some of them here, and some of them, say, here. And off they go. Well, kind of. We are going to tell them to make their way over to here. And from there, they should, in theory, be able to automatically make their way over. I hope. We do have some free dockyards. And, I'm going to do some heresy. I think. Well, these are not boats. These are submarines. Yeah. We're going to make some submarines. Excellent. I'm going to actually duplicate that line. We are going to work on additional submarines. There we go. Excellent. They're not boats. They're made for destroying boats. I like it. Okay. So, we could go for potentially... Actually, we have a boost for motorized, don't we? Well, that's mechanized, not motorized. Fair enough. But we actually bypassed that. That's correct. Yeah, we can grab mechanized here. That's actually a very good boost. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then over here, let's actually work on our infantry equipment 3. That will give us a reasonable boost as well. Fantastic. So it will definitely take us some time to get this all done. Our production efficiency cap is coming up on these infantry equipment too, so that is great to see. Absolutely fantastic. I'd love to have that come up even faster. I don't think there's a way to do that. Like, these concerns here, they're not... They don't help with the production efficiency growth rate. And I haven't seen anything that does help with that. So that's a thing. These guys should probably be moved to the front, but that's the thing. They're having difficulty with it. We'll just move them up over here. Just ignore the attrition. What could possibly go wrong? What indeed? These guys are just chilling up here. They're from... Yeah, they're from those armies. Okay. Well, that is fine for now. There's our passive defense on our agency. That's great. Now, I do want to work on maybe the army department. It feels like we should be seeing additional operative slots from these various departments. But that does not appear to be the thing. No available slots to recruit an operative, right, of course. We can form the or rather the... Yeah, that is the cryptology department, not the cryptography department. Okay, I was a little bit confused there then. I think we'll just grab the army department for now. We'll mostly just work down in order. But yeah, we're going to be throwing away a lot of lives and equipment over here, and that is to be expected. Just checking in on our air forces. That looks okay, although we could definitely boost our capacity over here. We can only reach Iran, which is not tremendously useful, although we might actually want to put in our remaining interwar fighters over here and have them... We'll actually have that be 300. And then we'll have them do... Is there a scouting thing up here? Like a recon? Air recon. But apparently, these fighters can't do that. So I guess we will simply do some air superiority over the Arabian Sea. Okay. Excellent. And I also want to put in... Not the interwar fighters. The regular fighters. Although that doesn't seem to be a capability. Fine. Okay, so that will be just fine. We are, of course, still working very heavily. Did this line just move? Am I going insane, or did this line move? I think we pushed in here. Maybe I'm wrong. I might just be going insane. But hey, we only need 142,000 more infantry equipment. That's actually not too bad considering our current production rate. That's very nice. Enemy has air superiority over Afghanistan. Yeah, that is pretty much to be expected, considering they have that airbase there. This airbase, I don't believe can reach Afghanistan, which is a slight problem for us. I mean, we can see... Like, we can move in this guy and have there be 200. It actually just can reach. That's great. It just can reach Afghanistan. Sounds good. Now, of course, we do have some anti-air in our standard division. That is, of course, this division. We have regular artillery, and then we have support anti-air. That's not much for anti-air there. What about in our standard armored division? Our armored division does have motorized anti-air in it, so that's good. We could put in field hospitals into them, and I guess we may as well. That will, of course, require support equipment, but hey, we're actually making some level of support equipment. So there's that. But eventually, their supplies should give out. I'm not too concerned about this front right now, though. I mean, realistically, I'm much more concerned about if Ming decides to get in on this or Free India. Both of those would be problematic. That said, we are currently working very, very quickly on getting a lot of military factories up at once. So that is definitely a thing that we're doing. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will continue to develop our intelligence agency, as well as our production. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.